Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christiana and I'm here starting my booktube channel life. And today I'm going to bring you a very popular video since everyone is talking about this kind of books. And let me tell you, who doesn't love this kind of books? These books include that trope of touch her and you'll die, and we just love those books, don't we? One of the most popular books of that trope is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Trout, but that book won't be included in this stack, and I'm going to tell you why. Ever since I read that book, I loved it. Okay, I gave it 5 stars, but I've heard a few things about the second and third books, and I just feel like that series is too hyped up, and I want to talk about books that are not that hyped, because not everyone talks about these books. And if you go to Book Talk, for example, you don't see these books, okay? You just see From Blood and Ash and Akatar and The Cruel Prince. Here, I'm going to talk about books that are not on Book Talk, okay? Let's get started. So the first book I have here is none other than To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. The thing about this book is we have a prince that is also a mermaid hunter and a princess who is the siren witch's daughter, and it's really complicated. This is an enemies to lovers, and there is the trope of you touch her and you die, because this book is basically a Little Mermaid retelling. So you can imagine that the mermaid, siren in this case, will become a human, and she will be protected by the prince. And he doesn't know she's a siren, and it's actually beautiful, okay? The writing is beautiful, it's lyrical, you can feel all the things that the writer was writing about. You could feel all the feelings she had, okay? It's stunning, the atmosphere is so summery and all the same, so ghostly. So it's a book that it's perfect to read in Halloween, in my opinion, because it's not really about those mermaids we see normally, because those mermaids are all fairy tale-y. This one is not fairy tale-y. Highly recommend. The next book I have here is one of my favorites of all time, okay? It's in my top 10, and that is We Hunt the Flame by Afta Faisal. I have the old cover for this one. The second one I already have the most updated cover, and I loved this book so much. It's an enemies to lovers also, and it's the story about Zafira and Nazir. One is an assassin, one is looking for something. She's a huntress, and their paths cross all of a sudden, and they both want the same thing. But since their paths cross, they will have to kill each other, but they don't. And it's the most beautiful story ever. I haven't read the second book yet because I am not ready to find out what happens, and I don't know what to think and what to tell you more about this book without giving you spoilers. Just go pick it up, okay? The touch her and you'll die energy in this book is massive, is immaculate, okay? The third book I'm going to show you is one of my favorites of all time also, and probably my favorite from the author so far, but I haven't read their newer release yet. So the book is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This book is perfect to read this season, autumn, because it's set in the autumn court, and it's full of ravens. The main character is stunning. She works with potions, and she works with art, not with potions, with art, and the main character's name is Isabel, and the main male protagonist, the love interest's name is Rook, and he's the prince of the Autumn Court. I think you should read this. It's one of the most beautiful, atmospheric books I've ever read, and the enemies to lovers, not kinda enemies to lovers, trope is very, very unique. Because they go through a lot of adventures together, and you see their love grow for each other, but they know they can't be together because he's human and he's fate. But touch her and you'll die energy here, perfect. Okay, I'm done saying these books are on my top 10 because all the books I'm showing you here are on my top 10, okay? So I'm gonna give up on saying that. And the book I have here for you is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is the 12 Dancing Princesses, but don't get eluded by the beautiful cover or for the fact that it's a retelling for the 12 Dancing Princesses, because this is a horror story, okay? It's so twisted and it's so magical, and you have these amazing weird feelings like toward this book and toward the story, but you love the main characters so much. You love Annalise so much. She resembles the middle sister on the 12 Dancing Princesses, and she is amazing. I just love her so much. And the love story in this book is kind of twisted and messed up, but you end up falling in love with the two characters anyway, and the ending just got me in tears. But I will tell you, if you are a chicken just as I am, don't read this at night. So this book here is a little hyped up. There's a lot of fan art for this book, and it's also a retelling, but it's a very ancient retelling, for me to say that, and that is These Violent Lights by Chloe Gong. This is twisted as well, okay? I have a thing for twisted retellings. I don't know. Don't be eluded by the beautiful cover. This is kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. Check the TWs for this one. I'm telling you, the main characters, Roma and Juliet, that are like twisted names for Juliet and Romeo, they have the enemies to lovers, they have the touch her and you'll die, they have the forbidden love trope, but I just love when she goes or he goes and they put a knife to their throat. Okay, don't you love that trope? If you do, pick up this book. Just check the TWs, okay? And make sure you read this after you eat, because it's not good to read this with a flat stomach. Okay, so this next book I have here was my most anticipated release for last year, and the second book has already come out this year, and I am really hoping to convince my boyfriend to get me for my birthday, since he got me this one last year. And the trope in here is not enemies to lovers, is more like get out, don't touch me, you're too clingy thingy. But there's a toucher and you'll die. And it's not as prominent, it's not as like much seen in this book, but you get to it from like progressing the read, and that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I'm not gonna lie, this was hard to get into, okay? I was so happy to read this, and it ended up being a 5-star read anyway. A 4-star, I think. I think I rated it 4 stars, but I have to check. But it's a little difficult to get into at first. It's dark academia, and it's a school full of monsters, and there's this dark academia atmosphere you love. Candles, study places, people wearing more fancier formal clothes, but the main character, I think the name is Galadriel, but she's named Elle. She's having trouble with her magic, I think. I don't remember very well. I need to reread this before reading the new one. And Horion is supposed to be like, not bodyguard, but a close friend that protects her. I think that's what it is. And it's the Dark Academia vibes on this one is massive. And this one and Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo are some of the best Dark Academia books I have ever read. Highly recommend. Speaking of Leigh Bardugo, I couldn't go to this video without talking about Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows duology by her. As you know, these books are my favorite of all time. They're like my number 1 and number 2. There's like Chanel number 5, Chanel number 3, Chanel number 2, and Chanel number 1, okay? I'm Chanel number 5, and they're 1 and 2. There's no 3 and 4, okay? They're just those ones. Crooked Kingdom has the most toucher and you'll die vibes because Matthias and Nina are more into their relationship here, and he has to protect her. And you have Waylan and Jasper. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm talking about. And you have Inage and Kaz, obviously. And it's massive, okay? It's hard to get into the first book because there's a lot of details and you have to be concentrated to actually realize everything and understand everything. But once you get into the story, you cannot stop, okay? You cannot stop. And once you go into the story, I first imagined Casbreaker as Jim Hopkins, whatever, from Treasure Planet, the Disney adaptation, and it just went smoothly. And now that I see Freddie Carter as Casbreaker, I can't get that image out of my mind. Go pick this baby up. It's one of the best works I've read in my entire life. It's the best, actually, but one of the best. Okay, I only have 2 more books here, and I am going to tell you, they're not hyped up enough. I think the moment these books were out, most people don't even remember these books are out, and one is a pirate fantasy and one is a vampire fantasy, and those books are Fable by Adrienne Young and The Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. Have you seen these covers? I mean, look intently at them. I mean, they're beautiful. So, Fable is a pirate fantasy, but it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, but a girl is the main character, okay? She's stunning. Love her so much. Love the plotline. Love how she finds another pirate crew to be her family. And this pirate crew is like, you're from this crew, so we don't like you. And at the end, they end up fighting for her. And I cannot wait to read Namesake. I have that copy at home. I have to pick it up. But I'll try to pick it up next month, I promise. And then Vampire Academy is actually more famous because now we have a new adaptation series coming, and I'm just really excited to see these characters come to life again, but I am not sure about the actors they chose for this adaptation, but I'm hoping to be surprised, as I know many people will be too, so fingers crossed, babes. I can't cross my fingers. But I'm just so excited, okay? Go read these books before the adaptation comes. Okay, people, that was it for today's video. I hope you all like it. I am so sorry for the setting. I don't have much places with light in my house because everything is a dark place. I don't know why, but it is. So if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. I love to chat with you guys, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.